Hey guys, Kwame here, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to write a custom smart contract, access the ABI, format it, bring it into the ChainSafe Gaming SDK, wire up a couple buttons, change state, and have that retrieve that value and have it display to the screen. So it will look something like the following. I'm kind of already logged in. You can add the value. It will call this custom function that we wrote. And it will also retrieve that value from the blockchain by just clicking on the retrieve value, and you'll see the value updated. So let's get started. We'll start off with writing the contract. Just have our pragma here. And then we'll create the contract. We'll declare a variable. That we'll use to change the state. It'll be a uint256 number. Then we will define a function. To store the number. And then we'll define another function to send back the stored number. We'll just return number. Okay, so here we have our two functions. One is going to change the state, and then one is just going to view and just pull that data from the chain. So we will compile this. Okay, and then we will deploy it. Go down here and we'll see we have a value for store. We'll just put in the value of 10. And then if we retrieve it, we see the value of 10. Okay, now we will access the ABI and bring this into the SDK. Okay, so in that last example, we just deployed it on the testnet environment. And now we're going to deploy this contract on chain. So you'll see here that I have my account. You'll see that Rinkeby here is selected, and we're going to deploy this contract. MetaMask will pop up. We will confirm this. Okay, and you'll see we have the contract address for it, and we have the same flow as before. In this one, this is where we're going to change the state. We'll do it again with the value of 10. We'll store it. MetaMask will pop up. We'll hit confirm. Let it do its thing. Okay. And now if we want to retrieve it, which is basically a call, we will see the value of 10. And we see the value of 10. All right, so let's bring this into the SDK now. Okay, so a good thing for us to do is to verify this contract. So what we can do here is just go into our contract verification. If you don't have that, you can just go into the plugin manager and you could just do a search for verification, contract verification, and activate it. I've already done that. So the contract that I want to do is storage. I'll select storage. I'll go back and get the contract address. Select that, and then go back. And then just paste in this contract and verify the contract. What we need to do is go over to Rinkeby Etherscan. And the testnet, and then we will paste in our contract address and do a search for it. Okay, and we can see here that we have the contract creation, and then we have the actual value that we wrote. And if we click on contract here, it still says that it hasn't verified it. So let's verify this contract again. And it doesn't seem to be working. Okay, so now it's working. And let's go back. Okay, so we verified the contract, and we can see here that we have the contract ABI. And I'm just going to bring this over into Visual Studio Code here. And when we copy and paste our contract, you'll see that it has this format. And then you'll see below here, we'll have the quote. And for every quote that you see inside of our opening and closing braces, we'll have a / in front of it. And that's the structure that you need to implement when you are going to be bringing this into the SDK. Okay, so let's write a little script and get this to work. Okay, so I have a sample scene here with nothing in it. I'll just kind of move those over a bit. And we will create a couple buttons. Actually, you know what? We'll just create the script first. And I'll just call this call ABI. And we'll just add using a system here. And then I'm going to set the chain. Oops. And the string chain. And this is going to be Ethereum. Then set the network. And this is just the network that you deployed the contract to. And this is going to be Rinkeby. And then the smart contract address. And I don't remember what that is. Let me screw that. Paste in the contract address. Then we will bring in the ABI. Okay. And now we can just get rid of these two functions. We don't need them. And we'll have an async value. And then we'll define the method that we want to call. We'll just say string method is equal to store. String args I'll just store the value of 10. Value array. So just be 0 equals to, oops, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here. And we'll set the gas limit. And just handle that for us. And we can set the gas price, which is optional. So okay, so now we're going to connect to the user's wallet. And we'll just do a try here. We'll say string response is equal to await WebGL. We'll do send contract, and then the method that we're going to call, the ABI that we're going to access, contract, arguments, value, gas limit, and gas price. And you can just do a debug.log and just print the response. And then we will add a catch here. And if there's an error, you can just log the exception. Yes. Okay, great. So now that we have the add value, let's write another method for retrieving it, the value. So we can just say async public void retrieve value. Okay, and we will have the string method, and the string method is the retrieve. String args is going to be an empty array. Some space here. And then we'll just call the method. We don't need to connect to the user's wallet because this is a call. So we'll just have string response is equal to await evm.call, and we'll pass in the chain network contract ABI method and arguments. Do a debug here. Response. And then catch. Debug. And this. Okay, so that's enough for the contract. Now let's wire this up. So I'm just going to minimize this and bring up Unity here, and we'll just create a couple buttons. Okay. Should be good now. Okay, great. So let's create a couple buttons. And this one here will be for the add value. Let's see, add value. And we'll create another button and retrieve value. Let's move these over. I'm not going to get too fancy with how they look. It's more about the functionality here. So let's basically, I'm going to drag over our button here, and I'm going to create an on click. I'm going to drag the button itself, and I will access the call ABI, and I want to call the add value on that. And I'll just this add value. And then I'm going to do the same for this guy. And drag over button, call ABI, and this is going to be a retrieve value. And I'll do the same with just giving it some visual representation. Okay. Now, if everything is working, we can actually just test this part out in the actual browser for the retrieve value. So I'm just going to click on play here and click on retrieve value. And you can see 10, because I've already set this before as we wrote it in the smart contract from the earlier example. And now we can just build this out. So I'm just going to stop this, and then I will build and run this project. Okay, so now we've built out our project, and we can test it out in the browser. Click on login, select an account, and we'll click on our add value button. Okay, you can see it's calling the store. We'll click on confirm, and now we'll do its thing. And you can see that the confirmation for that has gone through. And that's basically it. So if you've gone through that, you've been able to write a simple smart contract, integrate the ABI into the ChainSafe Gaming SDK, wire up a few buttons to get it to work. And that's it for this video, and see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.